Hello and welcome back to more of Berserk.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, so right now we still don't have an objective, and now we skip over it because every button in this game advances conversation.
I kind of like that sometimes, though, because sometimes I get bored with just mashing X or circle over and over.
True. I do kind of like it, like mostly in all old RPGs. I like it when they give me the option to advance the conversation with B.
Yeah.
Or whatever the equivalent that is the disagree button.
Yeah.
Simply because if they have something like, do you want to do this again? I will just not choose it. Like that freaking owl in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
That always asks you, do you want to hear everything again? And the default option is yes.
Yeah, I hate it when, like, a character will go through a long thing, and I'm just trying to speed through it, but I accidentally click yes when they ask me if I want to go through it again, so they go through it all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for this mission we're going to just have to go from one place to another, fight, just basically do what we always do, and save some villagers.
Yeah.
I always find it interesting how certain effects, like for example that flash, whenever you use the whatchamacallit, the one-hit kill,
Yeah.
that they are over everything, as opposed to, like, for example, the just the in-engine graphics and just omitting the menus.
Yeah.
It's especially jarring if a game uses like some sort of a motion blur, and then you see like the things like the X button in the corner and the name of a spell or whatever you are using just kind of meddling together with everything.
Yeah.
That running animation is just wonderful.
Yeah. It's like they're not expecting to run. They're just like, what?
Yeah, it's the same one that those little shits used in the previous level.
Yeah.
I'll never forgive those kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, also it's not immediately noticeable, but there is also like a tiny flash going on every time you dash.
Yeah.
This is why the mini map always becomes slightly more invisible, like slightly more transparent every time you dash.
Yeah.
I kind of found it out when on the last level when I used Shike's power to increase my defenses. Because it essentially makes the entire screen go bluish, and then the entire screen would just start going brighter every time I dashed. It's not noticeable otherwise.
Yeah.
Sadly, his ability isn't quite as useful as Ishidoro's.
Yeah.
I wish they switched their weapons.
Yeah.
But while his ability is not necessarily useful, it still makes for some really funny things.
Yeah.
Also, how does Guts not cut this whole grass? He would make either the best or the worst gardener.
Yeah. I just imagine him just swinging back and forth trying to cut the grass.
And just all of the trolls are getting in the way.
Yeah. It's like, dang it, I have to finish this by 4.
I really love how certain animations are selective to the types of enemies. Like, for example, with that gigantic troll, it really does make sense why he would want to jump at him and ram his sword inside of him.
Yeah.
That sounded sexual, but but what I mean is, like, he's armored, so the only opening is his head.
Right.
And then he slices through the armor anyway, because, you know, Dragon Slayer.
No protection will protect you against your sharp sword.
Yeah, here I use the one-hit kill twice.
Sweet.
Yeah, like... Sorry. Using it twice is not the problem. Aiming it good. Aiming it well twice. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Every running person in this game has one and the same animation, and it's just so silly. But thankfully, unlike with the earlier quest with going around the entire village and asking everyone about their opinion on politics and stuff, this time around they start you off at the very far end, and you just go in one direction, and everyone is on the way.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And here I, of course, forget to take out the freaking save screen.
Lots of files.
Yeah, I do keep like 3 or 4 of them, just in case something goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah. I probably should do that with my games too.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I don't really know any PS2 game that really takes up a lot of space on the memory card.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a bunch of memory cards, but none of them are even full.
Dang.
It's just kind of like I used that one with my previous PS2, and I started using this one with the one I currently have. So it's just kind of like, if I want to go back to the games that I had back then I choose that one, but neither of them are full.
Yeah.
Also, did you install the free MacBoot for yourself?
No, I haven't yet.
Mm.
I'm waiting until I get the card for Stan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like you see here, there was a flash when yeah, and also when I dashed. So this was his ability and not Shike's. My bad. But I was right about the blue screen.
Yeah.
Blue screen of death.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, that's what was happening to me for like the past week. I had to give my computer for a checkup, and the end was all on my graphics card drivers.
Dang.
Yeah, which used to cause really weird blue screens caused by YouTube videos played in Chrome.
Dang.
Yeah, it was very specific about it. But I found out what was the issue. None of the people online were right about what actually is causing it.
Yeah.
What's actually causing it is hardware acceleration in the graphics card settings, which are by default turned on. You're supposed to turn them off, because otherwise it's just it disagrees with that thing Google Chrome uses for playing YouTube videos.
Right.
It's called HTML. It's that new thing. It's HTML5 or something else.
Right.
But yeah, it disagrees with that and it just causes a blue screen. And for the longest time, I just was not able to pinpoint how, where, and how to disable it. Because in case of Mozilla Firefox, you can just right-click the video and you will have the options to do settings and then disable hardware acceleration, and then you're done if you're having trouble with that.
Right.
But in Google Chrome, not so much. Yeah, that's the extent of the use of his ability.
Yeah.
Just to make very anticlimactic finishers.
大丈夫かジーンに向かえ
ガッツさん、あと3人です。
お前らと遊んでる暇はねえ
Of course you have time to play with the monsters. They just
always
want to be
want
your
to.
friend.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No. I wasn't really going to say anything.
Oh. Besides the fact that Puck is the best character who's ever existed.
I mean, Puck is the integral part of the whole manga, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all like, yeah, I'm Puck, and I'm here to save the world, and Guts is all like, help me, Master Puck, I must learn the ways of the Puck, and Puck is all like, yeah, I'll show you, Guts, I'll make you stronger.
Yeah, Guts is like, I hope Pack Senpai will notice me.
Goo.
But yeah, every time I'm just running around like that, I'm waiting for more enemies to spawn.
Yeah.
Just like kind of to see how many of them are gonna be on the screen at the same time. Which doesn't usually work. It seems to, like, the amount of enemies that they throw at you seems to change as the battle goes on. It may just be me, though.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, because sometimes it's just kind of hard to tell what is remains and what is still not remains.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier the limit was 5 enemies, and now it still seems to be just about the same. It's just a lot of them, most of the times, are just outside of the screen.
Yeah.
And yeah, how his ability works is until you touch them, they're frozen in time for as long as the blue screen goes on. Sadly, it does not stop the combo counter, so you cannot like prolong your combo by pressing his ability.
Oh man. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like it's not like the prolonging your combo with spells in Drakengard 2.
Yeah.
That was a pretty neat mechanic that the game never tells you about.
Yeah, I don't think I knew about that.
Oh yeah, it's like whenever your combo is about to go off, you just press a spell and it just resets the counter. So your combo still goes like it resets the like cooldown from the combo. And also, of course, the spells give you invincibility frames, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, on any character that isn't mana, magic is not damage. Magic is invincibility.
Yeah.
And you need to do that, particularly for like when you're fighting Kaim or anyone else like that.
Right.
Fight with Kaim was awesome.
Yeah, I really liked it too.
I even keep around a save like right in front of him.
I might have to do that the next time I get a copy.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to find one.
Yeah, I only ever rented it, and after I finished it, I took it back, but I haven't purchased it for myself yet.
Yeah. I had my I actually gave well, I didn't give. I borrowed my copy to the finding the plot guy, so he could do a review of Drakengard 2, because all of his fans were asking for it ever since the very beginning.
Yeah.
But he could never find a copy for like an affordable price. Because here in Europe it just kind of ranges between like 30 euros to around 100.
Wow.
Yeah. I got it for 12. So I had an agreement with him that went kind of like this. I'll borrow you this copy under one condition. You'll send it back to me with an autograph. And I got an autograph out of it. But now I was worried that it actually got lost, simply because they delivered it to the wrong address, and it was like I thought it was lost, but I got it like a few weeks later.
Yeah. I'd be
But
pretty
yeah.
nervous too, sending out a something to get autographed.
Well, to be honest, I would have been okay with not getting it back. It's just, you know, it was because I played through the game enough times to have had enough of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mean it in a wrong way, because it is a really good game, even though it's not really within the spirit of Drakengard.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's a good game about the dragons and dynasty warrioring,
Yeah.
but it's not a good Drakengard game.
Yeah, it's fairly different. I felt like it was very tame compared to Drakengard.
Exactly.
長くは持たね
ありがとうよ。
ガッツさん最後の一人です。
Also, I love how they actually voice acted every single one of those. A lot
Yeah.
of games would have just went for. There is many left.
Yeah.
Or just not have voice acting for that.
Yeah.
It's a real shame this never made it. This was never like officially translated in English, but considering the themes this game deals with, I can honestly see why they didn't want to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
was like 2003, 4, something like that.
I think so, yeah. And I don't think the Dreamcast game did that well here either.
Well, it didn't do well for various reasons. it came out before any. It came out before Berserk was known in any way, shape, or form in the West.
Yeah.
So it was a licensed game of something that people just did not know.
Right.
All things considered, like the way they translated it, the way they handled it was actually very good. They still dealt with pretty heavy themes for the times, for like 1999, 8, or whenever it was released.
Right.
And it's surprising how many of those things actually made it through to the translation. I mean, I don't know the Japanese version, but yeah, it's considering what I've seen, it's pretty surprising for the times.
Right.
But you know, it was released on the Dreamcast, and the gameplay could have been better.
Yeah.
It's just really hard and like really slow. Like compared to what you see here, like I'm slashing multiple enemies with every single sword swing. Every time I move, I deal death.
Right.
In the Dreamcast game, everyone is made out of rubber. They just do not die. And it's also really annoying how they constantly prevent you from using your trademark weapon by having you fight in tight corridors and having a gameplay mechanic that, well, sword bouncing off the wall mechanic. In a game where you fight with a sword this big.
Right.
Why would you do that? This is just evil.
Yeah, it's a pain in games, dude.
No, I mean, it's alright if I had a choice of having a small weapon and a big weapon. The way the Dreamcast game handled it, you had to punch your way through most of it, as opposed to using your gigantic ass sword.
Yeah.
The one thing that the Dreamcast game has like ways above this one is probably the music. Which I don't mean this one is the music in this one is any bad. It's very functional, but it doesn't come even close to how atmospheric and unique the soundtrack of the Dreamcast game is. And it's a real shame that the OST of it only contains 13 out of like 40 something songs it has.
I hate that.
Yes, but this is one of the reasons why I decided to freaking rip it out of the disc image and put
I was
it on
about
the
to
YouTube.
say, yeah. That we were gonna do some advertisement.
Shameless plug of my own video.
Oh gee, if only there was someone who has uploaded the entire soundtrack ripped from the game on their channel.
Now, to be honest, it used to be available, but it's just you know, this kid.
大丈夫か
This
Oh,
is the
yeah.
worst voice.
寺院に行けわかる
Go to the church, little boy. I'm a girl.
振り返らずに走れ
No, but it used to be available, but the only available version got deleted from the internet.
これから魔術を執り行います。
わかった